So I've been reflecting a lot lately. And I've really been thinking a lot about macrame, creativity, crafting, and just life in general. And I've realized how much this craft has taught me over the years. Not just about tying knots and new techniques and all that fun stuff, but also how I show up for myself, how I handle frustration, and it's kind of taught me how to let go and how to slow down. So in today's video, I wanted to share 3 little lessons that macrame has taught me that have made a big impact on my life and my creative journey. So these are simple lessons, but they've really had a profound shift in my personal point of view on how I approach projects and just like life experiences in general. It's really helped me with my mindset and understanding how to calm down and slow down and be more present in day-to-day life and when I'm making. So if you're someone who loves making things, and if you're someone who maybe needs to bring a little bit more peace into your life and you want to do that via your creative side because that's just what makes you happy, then I think this might resonate with you. All right, let's get into it. Lesson 1, trust the process. So there is this moment in every project, especially like a big kind of artistic project where you're really just getting creative and having fun with something, where it ends up looking like a complete hot mess. There'll be this moment in the middle where it just looks like you just should just throw it away. Just throw it away, throw it outside, throw it in the ocean. I don't know. It just does not look very promising. I call this the messy middle, and I'm not like the person who coined that phrase. I know I've heard it a lot of times in other places. I can't tell you how many times I have stood back and looked at something I've been in the middle of making for hours and hours and hours and just thought this is a disaster. The vision I had in my head just didn't seem to be working at all, and it is so tempting to just start all over and go back and undo everything, or just scrap the whole thing and start fresh. But over time, I have learned that if you just keep going, it almost always gets better. Eventually, it's like it starts to come together, it starts to flow, things start to make more sense, and the chaos kind of settles down. I mean, if something is really messed up and is driving you crazy, you can always go back and fix like a little spot or something, and I do that plenty, trust me. But most of the time, you're just in the messy middle, and you just need to power through and keep going, and it will get better. You just have to trust the process and understand that you have to get through this middle part, and then everything will be better, and you'll be so glad that you kept going. And that is one of the most powerful creative lessons that I think I have learned ever. This definitely does not just apply to macrame, that really applies to life. I mean, there's so many times when you feel like things are just getting, it's like the darkest before the dawn moment, and it just feels like everything is a disaster. But just like in a story, the darkest before the dawn, it usually gets worse, 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 and then all of a sudden it turns around, right? So that's kind of what the messy in the middle phase is like, and why you have to trust the process, because it's gonna get better. Don't give up. Just keep tying knots, or just keep taking one step at a time, or just whatever you're in the middle of, just keep going one step at a time. Lesson number 2, perfection is not the point. So macrame has a way of showing you your mistakes up close and personal. You'll see if your knots are crooked, or your tension is uneven, or if your gaps, your spaces are uneven in between rows or whatever. It's kind of hard not to notice it, especially if you're a perfectionist and it drives you crazy. At first, that stuff drove me nuts. I'm kind of a perfectionist, and whenever I'm making something, I just obsess over everything I've done wrong, and that's all I see in the whole thing, even though it really isn't that bad. But the funny thing is, once you finish the whole thing up and hang it up or use it or whatever you're doing, you almost never notice those details. And the big thing I know is that other people probably won't see it. It's like everything, you see all the flaws, and unless you tell people about them, there's a good chance they won't even notice. So maybe what the name of this lesson should be is, don't tell people all your mistakes, because they probably won't even see them. Honestly, those imperfections tend to give a piece character and personality. So this is just a reminder that your work does not have to be perfect to be good, and it doesn't have to be flawless to be beautiful. And you don't have to be flawless to be worthy of creating beautiful things or of having a beautiful life. You are allowed to figure it out as you go. We all are. There's no other way. You are allowed to try, you're allowed to stumble a little bit, but in the end, you end up with something that you are proud of. And those pieces that didn't come out quite right, those are the ones that will teach you the most. And it's proof that you made something in the moment, that you showed up and made something with your hands, and that is something to celebrate. Lesson 3, slowing down is the secret sauce. In a world that is constantly pushing us to do more, go faster, and be productive 24/7, slowing down to make something with your hands is kind of a rebellion. It's a reminder that not everything has to be rushed. When I sit down with my supplies and start making something, tying knots, or whatever I'm working on, I can feel my nervous system start to relax. You can just put on some of your favorite music, make some tea, take some deep breaths, and just be there with your project. Time just kind of fades away. And the great thing about macrame in particular is it's so meditative in and of itself. You're usually tying the same knots over and over and over again, and it's just, that alone is very meditative. You just do one knot at a time, do it again, do it again. It's like meditating without having to literally meditate. It gives you time to think, space to breathe, and permission to slow down. And that has been huge for me, especially in seasons where I might be feeling burnt out or frustrated or just not the best. Macrame gave me a creative way to recenter myself. I know that meditation is a wonderful thing and a great practice, but sometimes my brain just does not want to stop talking, and doing something like macrame helps keep my fidgety hands busy, and it calms my brain down at the same time. And I think that is something we all need more of. Quiet moments where you're not performing or producing or proving anything. Just making things slowly, trying new things or sticking to the basics, and working at your own pace. And that, my friend, is where the magic is. So those are just a few of the lessons that I've learned from macrame and making in the last few years. They're simple concepts, but they've really stuck with me. And I think they'll help you out too. They've shaped the way that I move through my life and this crazy place we call the world as a creative person. So I'd love to know, what lessons has your creative practice taught you? Whether it's macrame, crochet, embroidery, painting, gardening, baking, pottery, whatever. It all is awesome. Whatever it is, what has it helped you realize? Please leave a comment down below and let me know. I absolutely love hearing your stories and your opinions. And thanks so much for spending this time with me today. I know this video is a little different than what I normally do, but I just thought it would be a great thing to talk about. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and maybe share this video with someone who you think would benefit from hearing this. Take care, and I will talk to you again soon.